So today I'm going to be trying out a new brow product from the drugstore. This is the Revlon Colorstay Brow Mousse. So I've touched on this subject before. I'm one of these people who is super picky when it comes to my brow products, and it's because I have black eyebrows and most brow products don't come in the right shade for me. Usually the darkest shade is way too light and they just end up making my eyebrows look muddy, for lack of a better word. But I was excited to see this in the drugstore because it comes in the shade black. So right away it caught my attention and I thought, I wonder if this is going to work for me. But this brow gel is available in 5 different shades. It's available in blonde, soft brown, auburn, dark brown, and soft black. And it retails on Revlon's website for $12.99. And on their website it says, and if the information sounds a little off, it's because it's all in point form. Tinted mousse gives medium to thick brows a clump-free natural look that wears up to 24 hours. Use over pencil or powder for a fuller, more defined look. I won't be doing that because I don't know what it is with my face shape. I just don't look good with a really dark, opaque brow. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm just going to be using the brow mousse today. Light and airy whipped mousse for smooth application and comfortable wear. Covers gray brow hairs. 24-hour waterproof formula, wears all day without smearing or smudging. Formula ideal for medium to thick brows. Available in 5 natural shades. So if you're enjoying this video while you're watching it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to know more about the Revlon Colorstay Brow Mousse and how it applies and wears throughout the day, don't go anywhere, just keep watching. So this is supposed to be a long-wearing 24-hour formula. I'll only be testing it for 10 because I just can't stay awake that long anymore. So it says gently twist the base of the pen to propel the formula into both sides of the brush. Brush mousse over both bare brows to tame, tint, and add fullness. Alrighty, well, let's get into this then. Okay, so it comes with this little spoolie thing attached to it. I really like the applicator so far, only because it's a lot less messy than most other brow products. I'll zoom you in just a bit. I don't know if that's a little too close, but I really like the fact that the spoolie comes attached to the product. I've said that already, I know. But I'm all for anything that makes my life easier. So we twist this thing. I have a feeling this could get a little out of control and messy easily if too much product comes out. You can't really see it because it's black, obviously, but there is some product like popping out the edges there. So I'll just start with that. For now, I can always go back and add more if I need to. So let's compare the before and after. That is the side with the mousse, and that's the side without. So let's talk about what I like so far. The color is perfect. There's no muddiness at all. It blends perfectly with my natural brow, and it doesn't look harsh. I was afraid of this looking too opaque, but the color is just a very faint light black that blends in perfectly with my natural brow, which I like. I was a little nervous at first that this would look like harsh and opaque, but it's not like that at all. So I'm just going to zoom out quickly and do the other brow. All right, so let's get a look at these. Oh, that's looking that's a little more Instagrammy than I thought. Normally my brows are not this intense, but at least I'm symmetrical. The color is perfect. Again, it's a little bit more intense, but I think part of it too is I'm not used to brow products actually matching my brows. In this case, the color is a perfect match for me. It's just I'm not used to the intensity. So as far as like application is concerned, it wasn't difficult, but it wasn't easy either because the brush is really big. So I found it easier when I applied it to go in like sideways and apply it rather than this way, because when I went in vertically, I ended up getting like smears of product like up way too high or down way too low, and then I had to go in and touch up. So I was able to make it work, but it took a little bit of playing with. Like I found if you went in like sideways like this and dragged it across, it applied easier than going across vertically. As far as drying quickly, the product seems to be dry to touch. Like there's no black coming off on my finger, which is good. The color's perfect. I just don't know if I like the intensity of it. But that's something that I can play around with. by using less products. So I'm gonna go on with my day and I will check with you in 5 hours and let you know how these are holding up. So the time is 4:52. So let's talk brows. This is a new and different look for me and I can't figure out if I like it, if I don't like it. The color, I'm not used to having colors that match my brows. I'm used to having to settle for the darkest brown, which never usually goes. It always ends up with a muddy looking thing that's happening. So this is a first for me, having brows that actually match my brow hair. And I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. It's a tad bit intense for me, but at least it matches the hair on my head with the exception of some of those grays that are poking through. Anyway, never mind. It's still very comfortable to touch. I mean, the hair doesn't hurt or anything, and I don't have crunch brows. Let me just gently run my fingers through this. I don't want to go too crazy hard because just in case I disturb some product. Nope. There's no transfer, so that's awesome. So other than the intensity of the color, everything still looks pretty good. So that's where we're at right now. I'll check in with you guys later on tonight. So the time is 9:39. So let's get a look at these brows. So these brows are still holding strong. They're still pretty dark. I will just come in a little bit closer. That is what I'm working with. I like this product, especially since the color matches my brows perfectly. I don't have that muddy thing that I sometimes get when I use a brow product that's just way too light for me. I'm just having trouble getting used to how they look. But everything else about the product is great. It doesn't hold on, let's do a transfer test here. Nope, still not transferring, still holding strong. And there's absolutely no crunch. My only, I guess, complaint with this product is I find the wand applicator, the brush, the spoolie that came attached to it is, it's an interesting idea. I find it to be just a little too big. There were a couple of times where the brow mousse decided to go rogue and I ended up with like a dollop up here and a bit down here and I'd have to go in and adjust and touch it up. But I did figure out a way, like rather than combing it through like vertically, to go in on an angle to guide the product through, and it worked out fine. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!